Hey, so this is really embarrassing. I've never filmed like a video like this, sitting down and chatting to the camera, but I did promise a newborn essential video, and that's probably the wrong word, to be honest, because these aren't essentials. You definitely don't need all this stuff if you're having a baby, but it is what we have found we use like every day, and we love and we would buy again. So yeah, I just wanted to go through something with you. Also, I watched about 10,000 of these videos when I was pregnant, so I know you've got to do the classic. It might not work for your baby, it's just what works for mine. So there's that. It is true. What works for my baby and what works for Nora might not work for yours. So take everything I say with a pinch of salt. But I did just want to share some things that we love. So I've got a list here. So I'm looking at my phone, don't judge. First of all, we've got the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep Machine. Now we've just got the normal version, we haven't got like the special night version. And we absolutely love it. I think we paid about £75. I'll put links to well, I won't, Matt will put links to everything in the description, and I think he put like pictures up somewhere as well. But yeah, so the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep, we absolutely love it. It just makes feeding, we bottle feed, and it makes feeding so much simpler in the house. It literally takes about a minute to make a bottle, and it comes out the perfect temperature every time. Like, we test it on our wrists every time and it's always perfect. It's always ready to drink straight away. There's no sort of like cooling bottles down, waiting, boiling water, waiting for them to cool down, that type of thing. I know it's not actually, like, they're not fully recommended, but I know so many people who use them that I was happy to try it with Nora, and yeah, we just think it's amazing. We've not had any problems with it, and we wouldn't be without it, to be honest. So second thing is a just like a seat of some sorts. So we've actually got a rocker. We've got I think it's Fisher Price rocker. It turns into like a bit of a toddler seat as well, and we keep that in the kitchen and dining room, and that is absolutely fantastic. She loves the toys going over it in the arch, and you can you rock it with your foot, so it's not an automatic like an electric rocker. You rock it with your foot, and we use that to keep her occupied. Like, if I'm doing the dishes, being a mum is like mental multitasking, so you'll do the dishes and then your foot's going, rocking the baby. We keep her occupied doing things like that, or like making tea, and also when we're eating food at the dining room table, she's normally in that as well, and we're rocking her to keep her occupied, just watching the toys move. Yeah, she absolutely loves it. She does sometimes fall asleep in it as well, but that's not so often. It just keeps her occupied and there's somewhere for us to put her down. And then we also have a Joy swing. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to find the exact swing to link below, but maybe we'll link similar, because we were actually really very kindly given it by a family friend, who gave it to us for free, because it didn't work for their grandchildren or nieces, I think. So, and I don't know if they sell the model anymore. I don't think it's new. But yeah, Nora absolutely loves it. A lot of the time, you've got to put it in there when she's in the mood, but if she is in the mood, a lot of the time it sends her to sleep. So it's a bit of a lifesaver for us. So we're not sort of rocking her constantly in our arms. We do have somewhere to put her that does the job for us, and we can be sort of like freed up. And she loves that. It plays music as well, and there's different speeds on it, and she absolutely loves that. Now, I have heard that some babies, like, they don't like swings, they only like bouncer. Oh yeah, what's it called? Yeah, they don't like rockers. What's the difference? Anyway, some babies like some movements and not others, sort of thing. But she absolutely loves like the swinging back and forth movement, literally as if you're on a park swing. So she loves that. Yeah, so I'd recommend just somewhere you can put your baby down with a bit of movement, to keep them occupied and maybe send them to sleep. Next, we have the Totter and Tumble play mat. So we actually showed this in a video, and it's first of all, it's not cheap, but I would 100% buy it again. The quality is just fantastic. It looks really good. We've had so many visitors come in asking us where our like rug is from or where our mat's from, and they step in and they go, oh, where's that from? That's really like, it's obviously not soft like fluffy soft, but it is squishy, if that makes sense, like foamy, and it just feels really nice to walk on. It looks fantastic in our living room. It goes really well. And yeah, I would have it again, and it doesn't bother me that it's like there at all. If I didn't have a baby, I would still have that in my living room. I think it goes like amazing. It's so easy to clean, like you just mop over it. We don't get so much use out of Nora like playing on it at the moment because she's obviously she's still so little, but we do put her down on it to change her nappy if we change her in the living room. It just means that anything sort of any messes we can wipe straight up, and we don't have to get a separate changing mat out. And I'm sure as she gets older she will be like crawling around and sitting down, rolling over on it, and having loads of fun. So yeah, we absolutely love that. So next I've got I've put it down as Penguin Nightlight, and I can't remember what brand it is. Let me find out for you. Okay. So, sorry, I just had to Google that. Yeah, it's actually Tommy Tippy, and it's called the Penguin 2-in-1 Portable Nightlight, and it is a lifesaver. I think it was like 20 quid. I don't think it was much at all. Again, I'll put like stuff down below. But it just, it's right. I can't get my words out. It's sort of squishy. It's like a silicone-y squishy feeling, so it's not hard, and like babies can hold it themselves and play with it and things, which is one thing we like. Not that she's done that yet. Mainly the light on it is so sort of dim. It still allows you to see things and do things and know what you're doing, but you can put it on in the middle of the night and not wake up the other partner, not wake up the baby. It's just fantastic. You sort of like, it's a penguin with an egg, or like a belly egg in the middle of it, and you can actually take that off and walk around the house with it. So especially when she was new, and we were doing sort of multiple night feeds, we would take that with us and carry the baby downstairs with a little light, so that we could see where we're going. But obviously we didn't want to switch the lights on in the house because we didn't want to wake her up. We just wanted her to stay sleepy, feed and go back to bed. So yeah, it's fantastic. We use it every single night. Every single night we bring her up to bed, into our bedroom, we put on white noise, we close the blinds, turn off the lights, and then we just have the little night light on as we sort of like wrap her up in her swaddle and put her down. So and then as soon as she's down, we turn the lights off, and then me and Matt hide on our phones under the covers so there's no lights in the room so she goes to sleep. But yes, I would highly recommend that, and again, it's really affordable. Matt, I'm gonna kill you because I can hear you listening to your keyboard. Yes, I can. It's so embarrassing. Okay, so for the next one, I've actually got Swaddle. We absolutely love our Swaddles. We only got cheap ones from Amazon. I was looking at the Love to Dream one, which is about 35 quid, which is like this. But instead I thought, well, she might not like being swaddled at all, so let's get cheap ones from Amazon first. And she loves them. She's so active in her sleep. She like kicks and moves her arms about and wakes herself up. So when she's swaddled, literally arms down like a little burrito. I'll put it in a picture, it's so cute. She obviously can't move and can't wake herself up, and I think from about 2.5 weeks old, she's pretty much slept through the night. I say through the night, she's slept at least in 5-hour stints. Like, I think a 5-hour stint is the shortest we've had since she's about 2.5 weeks old. And I think the swaddle has a huge thing to do with it, to be honest. We're a bit nervous because like relatively soon, I think, she'd be looking to roll over, and when they start to roll over, you actually can't swaddle them with their arms in, so we'll have to we've got lovely sleeping bags, with her arms out, so we're going to have to transition her into one of those, and I'm just obviously worried that she's going to move and wake herself up and we're not going to sleep as well. But yeah, I would highly recommend a swaddle. Again, I don't think all babies love them. Some babies I think do like to be a bit free, but Nora gets on really well with it, and she's always sleep brilliant. And again, yeah, I think we had a pack of 3 for cheap. We've only ever used 3. We rotate them regularly. I think we get about 2 nights out of each. And they've lasted as well. Next one is the Ergo Baby. So we've got the Ergo Baby 360, oh sorry, I got itchy nose, 360 Omni baby carrier. I think it's like the mesh one, maybe they're all mesh, I don't really know. And I looked into these quite a bit before buying, and I was between the Ergo Baby and the Baby Bjorn. I don't think there's much difference in it, to be honest, but what I would say is to buy a good baby carrier, one that lasts. So the Ergo Baby, they can face you, then they can face the world, then they can go on your back. So yeah, I would just get one which sort of like can you know, carry the baby in all different stages. But we think it's been worth the world. I've done my makeup with her in the baby carrier, walking around the bedroom. I've done the dishes, I've made tea, we've been out on walks. We actually went to the pumpkin patch the other day, and you could there's no way you could have taken a pram, it was so boggy. So it was a saviour then. Like, I don't know what we would have done if we didn't have it. Yeah, loads of walks like that really, like coastal paths and things where you wouldn't be able to get a buggy or a pram. So yeah, I would highly recommend a baby carrier, and not just for going out, for in the house as well. They're so useful. Okay, so next off I've got muslins. So we absolutely love the like little muslin squares. We actually bought, I think we've got like 3 packs from Primark, and they're so cheap, but they're fab. I have heard people like rave about the expensive brands, like I think they're called, that they're really soft and things, but to be honest, I've never used the Primark ones and thought, oh my gosh, these are so rough. I wish I had softer or anything like that. So yeah, they've been fab, they've done the job. We've got loads of them. We don't actually use bibs at the moment. Obviously when she's eating things we'll have to use a bib. But we just lie a muslin over her chest when we're feeding her, catch any drips, wipe up any spills. And yeah, they're great. Everybody who we take her to, like my parents, Matt's parents, they've all said like, oh, why didn't we like, we never sort of had muslin, like we used bibs. I wish I'd had a muslin because it's so much easier. So yeah, I'd recommend loads of muslins. Okay, so can you see in the background? No, I don't think you can. So my next one is actually a baby monitor. We have got Kubo AI and we love it. We really recommend. You'd think it was a bit mad using a baby monitor already because she's in our bedroom with us, but it actually has like a white noise machine in it, and it does sleep analytics. So we find it really, really useful to monitor how well she's sleeping and how many times she woke up and what time she woke up, what time she went back and things, because it's actually unbelievable how like, I don't know, how could I say it, like, where your mind is at when you're a brand new parent. There were nights where Matt would say, oh my gosh, she got up at 3 and she didn't go back till 5. And I would say, no, I'm sure you got up with her at 3, but you were back by 3:45. And he went, no, we didn't get back till 5. I said, yeah, I'm sure. So we'd check the monitor and, you know, it would be one way or the other. Because you are honestly so tired getting up in the middle of the night and staying up for feeding for a while and putting her back and then getting up again and putting her back. You're so tired that you don't know what time it is. You don't know what time it is. You don't know when you've slept. You don't know when the baby slept. It's actually quite difficult to keep like on top of it and know where you're at. So we found it really useful for that. It tells you, you can literally, like, your analytics come through an hour or 2 after baby's out of the crib, and it just tells you like how long they were down for, what time they were down, what time they were up and things. So that's really useful. The white noise we put on every single night, she loves that. And also I just find it's really useful in the middle of the night to sort of check on her. So she's actually Matt's side of the bed. in her crib because Matt's got more room his side than I've got my side. And to be honest, when I first had the baby, and because I'd had a cesarean, I couldn't actually move to get her out to the crib. So Matt had his side so that he could like feed her, or he could at least just grab her for me to feed her. And it's just stayed that way because it fits better that side, and like that's how we're used to it. So we're where was I going with this? Oh, so if I wake up in the middle of the night, because I wake up often, and if I can't hear a breather, panic, it's nice for me, instead of me sort of getting up and walking around the side of the bed and maybe waking people up, just to check on it, I can like have a quick look on my phone and make sure she's breathing. So yeah, we found that really useful. And obviously when she goes into her own room in about 6 months, we'll just continue to use it. So next then, it is actually our crib. So this was in a video when I was pregnant, but we were kindly gifted a snooze pod, I don't know how you say it, but we absolutely love it. It's, well, what can I say about it? It's sturdy, it looks good. She has slept in it amazing since day one. She loves it. I think she knows now that like when she's wrapped up and she gets put down in there, like it's time to go to sleep. And also it's just, to be honest, I'd recommend a bedside crib in general. Like a crib you can put the side down and go right up next to your bed. It is an absolute lifesaver. I've got to the point now where if she wakes in the middle of the night, she'll wake for like 25 minutes, well, maybe not even that to be honest, but we get a bottle and we feed her while she's still wrapped up, while she's still lying down, and she takes maybe like a few ounces, like 3 ounces, and then goes straight back to sleep. Now, a lot of the time she doesn't wake at all, but if she does in the middle of the night, that's what we do, and we don't have to sort of like be up, sitting up in bed feeding, or anything like that. We can literally, whilst like we're still lying in bed, we can just roll over and feed her while she's still there. She goes back to sleep and then we can go back to sleep. So I'd 100% recommend a bedside crib. It's a lifesaver. I also think that if you're like breastfeeding in the middle of the night, it would be really good. It's just nice not to have to like actually move your baby, if that makes sense. For us anyway, obviously not if you're breastfeeding, but for us, because we're bottle feeding, we literally feed her while she's still in the same position, so we're not picking her up, we're not moving her around, we're not moving her to different rooms, or then when she does fall back asleep, we're not having to put her down and hope she doesn't wake up. She's literally there and ready. So yeah, I would 100% recommend that. Okay, so I've not got many left, I promise. I think this is the longest video ever. But I've also put on car seat adapters. Now, I don't know if other people use them maybe as much as we have, but we use our car seat adapters to death. I know they're not meant to be in the car seat for sort of, I think, longer than maybe 2 hours. But I find that we go on a lot of relatively short trips, or short walks, like for an hour or so, and it's just so easy that when she's fallen asleep in her car seat, to lift the car seat onto the pram, not wake her, she stays asleep, and then we can go. And then obviously when we get back to the car, it's literally lift her off the pram, lift her straight back into the car again, and we don't have to wake her at all. So I just find that a lifesaver. When we first had her, we used the bassinet a lot, because obviously she was newborn, so we wanted her to be flattening, so we were really cautious. But she actually hated it. I think there was too much space in there for her, or maybe it was too flat. I didn't really know what the issue was, but she really didn't like her bassinet. The second you move her out of the car seat into the bassinet, she'd be awake, and she really wouldn't go back off. She'd be really irritable. We'd end up carrying her round while pushing the pram on the other hand, and it was just a nightmare. But she seems to, we tried the car seat out one day, and she actually loves it and stays asleep. And it's easy for us as well, because we're not like sort of like switching things out. It's literally just bang, we can put the car seat on the pram with the adapters. So yeah, I would highly recommend some car seat adapters. Again, babies aren't meant to be in them for a long period of time, so be mindful of that. If she is, if we are going out for a long time, then she is in the bassinet or the pram seat. But yeah, just for those sort of quick trips, quick walks, going around the shops, that kind of thing. The car seat is amazing. Okay, so I've got 2 left. So first of all, I'll say our sterilizer. I asked a friend when I was pregnant what sort of sterilizer to get, and she'd recommended a microwavable one. So we bought the Tommy Tippy microwave sterilizer. Again, I think it's like £25, maybe even less than that, to be honest. But it is well, I can't say a bad word about it, to be honest. Again, I've not tried any fancy like steam sterilisers or UV sterilisers or anything like that, but they're expensive. So for what we paid for our steriliser, I can't complain, basically. It sterilises 4 bottles at a time. We tend to have 8 on the go, and it sterilises 4 at a time. You literally wash out your bottles with a bottle brush. Oh, a bottle brush is a definite must as well. Absolute must. But yeah, you wash out your bottles with, like, you know, fairy liquid and a bottle brush. Pop them in the steriliser, stack them all up. Put a little bit of water in, I think it's like 200ml of water. Pop it in the microwave for 8 minutes. And then all sort of like the water steams up, sterilises everything in there, and then when it's done you've got to wait about 15 minutes to get it out because everything's really hot. We have actually got it out straight away before, but I make Matt do that because I don't want to burn my fingers. So if you're in a pinch, you know, you be really careful, but you can take it out sooner. And it's just simple. There's not sort of loads of parts you need to clean. There's not, you know, it doesn't take up space because when it's not in use, it's just, well, if it's in use in the microwave, and then when it's not in use, we just store it in the microwave. We very rarely use our microwave anyway. Well, actually, we don't use our microwave for anything else, to be honest. So yeah, it doesn't take up any like counter space. Not huge. It wasn't expensive. It's easy. I think it sterilises things as quick as other methods, and I would just recommend. You don't have to keep buying Muslin tablets. It's not like a running expense. I just think it's fantastic and does the job. And then last of all, I'm just going to mention our reusable nappies. Now, they are fantastic. We've not yet, she is 2.5 months old, we've not yet had a poop explosion, which is just amazing. And we've not had poop go on any of her outer clothes, like at all, not once since she was born. And I put that down to the reusables. The outer shells we use, they just seem to like keep everything in. And she's only ever wet through on like minimal occasions, to be honest. And that's if she's had it on slightly too long. Maybe she's fallen asleep and we didn't want to wake her and it's been on a little bit too long. But yeah, I would highly recommend. But more so, they've been fantastic in general. But the best, even if I didn't want to use reusables full time, because of the washing or everything that comes with it, I would recommend the night nappies. I think people are scared to use reusable night nappies because like, will they go that long? Will they hold that much? And it is a bit daunting. But honestly, we've got the Hotspots Bamboozle, like full nappies, and then we've obviously got the covers over it. They last 12 hours, and we've not once had a leak of anything. We haven't had it wet through or any sort of poop leakages either. We put them on her about, oh my gosh, sorry, I might sneeze. We put them on her just before bed, and we don't change her until she's, well, to be honest, we wake her up in the morning, she's a bit upset, she wants a bottle, we feed her a bottle and then we change her, and we've never had an issue. We use a little fleece liner in it as well, so it keeps her dry, and she just loves them. She's never upset because she's wet or anything like that, and they just keep everything in. Like, I honestly think they're fantastic. I think it's one of the reasons that she sleeps so well throughout the night, is because she's comfy in those nappies. So yeah, I would highly recommend. And have I got anything else? Oh, just an honourable mention, shall we say, to zipper onesies. So we were told when I was pregnant that zipper onesies are a lifesaver, and we went on the hunt. They do sell them in Asda. They're the most like reasonable. Otherwise, you can pay quite a bit for them. They're not. You know, you can't get cheap ones. But you can get cheap ones. I think they're, oh, I don't know. I want to say £10. Oh no, I might be wrong. But you can get them from Asda, like a pack of 3. And yes, they are fab. But to be honest, with Nora, she absolutely loves getting her bum changed. So she's most happy when she's lying on her mat, looking up, you're above her, she's having a kick, she's loving her life. So when we change her, considering we don't wake up in the middle of the night to change her, because she lasts all night with her nappies, we're only ever changing her in the day, and she loves it. For us, popper onesies are absolutely fine. They like it, there's no real difference, so I wouldn't actually say to rush out to get zipper onesies. But then I know loads and loads and loads of people absolutely love zipper onesies and rely on zipper onesies. So it's a difficult one. We do like them. We do like them, and we do use them regular. And I would use them over over poppers. But again, when I use the poppers, I'm not gutted. I don't ever think, oh my god, I wish this was a zip. You know, it's absolutely fine. There's not much in it, to be honest. And for the price difference, I wouldn't say it's you know, it's worth going out and buying them. So yeah, I think that is everything. I have absolutely rambled on, and that wasn't, I don't know how many items that was, but it was way too many. Let's just check I've got everything. Yeah, yeah, that's it. So I think that includes some things we use for sleep, some things we use for feeding, and yeah, that's all a newborn really does, don't they? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope maybe you took some something from this video, maybe had some ideas, or maybe not. But yeah, maybe you're just sitting there laughing at me. But no, I am glad I filmed it now. Yeah, I just hope this helps somebody. So I will see you. Thanks for watching, for one. And I will see you in a vlog very soon. I think we've had some fun stuff going on. We're going away for the weekend. We're going to Bluestone. So I'm sure we'll have some videos from there. And we'll have another vlog soon. Yeah, thanks for watching.